The debate between open source and enterprise software has been going on for decades, but in 2025 it has reached a level of intensity and relevance that affects almost everyone who interacts with technology. Whether you are a developer, a business owner, a student, or just someone using apps on your phone, the outcome of this ongoing head-to-head battle shapes the tools you rely on every single day. At its core, this isn't just a technical comparison. It's a philosophical clash about control, innovation, cost, security, and the very future of how software is built and distributed. To really understand the difference, imagine two fundamentally different approaches to creating and maintaining software. On one side, you have open source, a model built on transparency, collaboration, and community-driven development. The code is publicly available, anyone can inspect it, modify it, and distribute it. On the other side, enterprise software represents a more controlled, commercial approach. It is typically developed by a company, kept proprietary, and sold with licensing agreements, support packages, and structured updates. Both approaches have their strengths, their weaknesses, and their loyal advocates. Let's start with the philosophy behind open source. The idea is simple but powerful. Knowledge should be shared, and collaboration leads to better outcomes. Developers from around the world contribute to projects, fix bugs, add features, and continuously improve the software. This collective effort often results in highly flexible and customizable tools. If a feature doesn't exist, someone can build it. If there's a bug, it can be fixed by anyone with the skills to do so. This openness creates a sense of ownership and community that is hard to replicate in closed environments. Enterprise software, by contrast, is built with a different mindset. It is designed to provide a complete, polished solution that meets specific business needs. Companies invest heavily in development, testing, and user experience to ensure that their products are reliable and easy to use. When you purchase enterprise software, you're not just buying a product. You're buying a promise. That promise includes customer support, regular updates, security patches, and often a clear roadmap for future development. For many organizations, this predictability and accountability are invaluable. Cost is one of the most obvious points of comparison. Open source software is often free to use, which makes it incredibly attractive, especially for startups and individuals. However, free doesn't always mean without cost. There can be hidden expenses in terms of setup, customization, maintenance, and training. You may need skilled personnel to manage and optimize the software, and that expertise doesn't come cheap. Enterprise software, on the other hand, typically involves licensing fees, subscription costs, and sometimes additional charges for support or advanced features. While this can be expensive, it also provides a level of convenience and reliability that many businesses are willing to pay for. When it comes to flexibility, open source has a clear advantage. Because the source code is accessible, it can be modified to suit almost any requirement. This is particularly useful for organizations with unique needs that cannot be met by off-the-shelf solutions. Developers can tailor the software to fit their workflows, integrate it with other systems, and even create entirely new functionalities. Enterprise software, while often customizable to some extent, usually comes with limitations. Changes may require approval from the vendor, and deep customization can be restricted or complicated. Security is a topic that sparks heated debates in this space. Open source advocates argue that transparency leads to stronger security. Because the code is publicly available, it can be reviewed by countless developers, making it easier to identify and fix vulnerabilities. This many-eyes approach can result in robust and secure systems. However, critics point out that the same transparency can also be exploited by malicious actors who study the code to find weaknesses. Enterprise software, with its closed-source model, relies on internal teams to manage security. While this can limit exposure, it also means that users must trust the vendor to identify and address vulnerabilities effectively. Support and maintenance are areas where enterprise software often shines. Companies provide dedicated support teams, detailed documentation, and structured update cycles. If something goes wrong, there is a clear point of contact to resolve the issue. This level of support can be crucial for businesses that cannot afford downtime. Open source software, in contrast, relies heavily on community support. Forums, documentation, and user groups can be incredibly helpful, but they may not always provide immediate or guaranteed solutions. Some open source projects do offer paid support options, blurring the line between the two models. Innovation is another key factor in this comparison. Open source projects are often at the forefront of technological advancements. The collaborative nature of these projects encourages experimentation and rapid development. New ideas can be implemented quickly, and successful innovations can spread rapidly across the ecosystem. Enterprise software tends to follow a more structured development process, which can slow down innovation but also ensures stability and reliability. Updates are carefully planned, tested, and released according to a schedule, reducing the risk of unexpected issues. Scalability is a critical consideration for growing organizations. Open source solutions can scale effectively, but doing so often requires significant technical expertise. You need to design and manage the infrastructure, optimize performance, and ensure reliability as demand increases. Enterprise software, on the other hand, is typically designed with scalability in mind. Vendors provide tools and services to help businesses grow without having to reinvent the wheel. This can be a major advantage for companies that want to focus on their core operations rather than managing complex systems. Another important aspect is vendor lock-in. With enterprise software, organizations can become dependent on a specific vendor's ecosystem. Switching to a different solution can be costly and time-consuming, especially if data formats and integrations are proprietary. Open source software reduces this risk by providing greater control over the code and data. Organizations can modify and migrate their systems more easily, avoiding the constraints of a single vendor. User experience is an area where enterprise software often excels. Companies invest heavily in design, usability, and customer feedback to create intuitive and polished interfaces. This can reduce the learning curve and improve productivity. Open source software, while powerful, sometimes prioritizes functionality over user experience. However, this gap has been narrowing in recent years, as more open source projects focus on design and accessibility. The role of community cannot be overstated in the open source world. Communities drive development, provide support, and foster innovation. Being part of an open source community can be incredibly rewarding, offering opportunities to learn, collaborate, and contribute to meaningful projects. Enterprise software, while not community-driven in the same way, often builds ecosystems around its products, including user groups, training programs, and partner networks. In the context of modern technology trends, the lines between open source and enterprise are becoming increasingly blurred. Many enterprise solutions now incorporate open source components, and some open source projects offer enterprise-grade features and support. This hybrid approach combines the best of both worlds, providing flexibility and innovation alongside reliability and support. Cloud computing has further complicated this landscape. Many cloud platforms offer managed services based on open source technologies, allowing users to benefit from open source without the complexity of managing it themselves. At the same time, enterprise software vendors have embraced the cloud, offering subscription-based models that provide scalability and convenience. For developers, the choice between open source and enterprise often comes down to control versus convenience. Open source provides the freedom to build and customize, while enterprise software offers ready-made solutions that save time and effort. For businesses, the decision is influenced by factors such as budget, technical expertise, and long-term goals. It's also worth considering the ethical and philosophical implications of this choice. Open source promotes transparency, collaboration, and the democratization of technology. It empowers individuals and organizations to take control of their tools and contribute to a shared ecosystem. Enterprise software, while more controlled, drives innovation through investment and provides structured solutions that can accelerate progress. In 2025, the question is no longer which model is better, but rather which model is better suited to a specific context. Small startups with limited budgets and strong technical teams may benefit from the flexibility of open source. Large enterprises with complex requirements and a need for reliable support may prefer the stability of enterprise solutions. Many organizations find that a combination of both approaches works best, leveraging open source for customization and innovation while relying on enterprise software for critical operations. As technology continues to evolve, this head-to-head comparison will remain relevant. New tools, platforms, and paradigms will emerge, further shaping the landscape. What remains constant is the need to balance flexibility, cost, security, and support. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of both open source and enterprise software is essential for making informed decisions in an increasingly digital world. Ultimately, this isn't a battle with a clear winner. It's a dynamic and ongoing conversation that reflects the diverse needs and priorities of the technology community. Open source and enterprise software each have a vital role to play, and their coexistence drives innovation, competition, and progress. The real power lies in knowing when and how to use each approach to achieve your goals.